Hello, welcome to the EPI application LDS approval workflow training. My name is David Brizzi. In this training module, we will be reviewing the following topics: EPI application access prerequisites, basic information about EPI, updating an LDS DUA, which includes updating documents on an existing DUA, and EPI help desk information. EPI is accessible through the CMS portal homepage. Please make sure you are using your EIDM credentials to log into the CMS portal to access EPI. The registration and role request processes are covered in a subsequent training module. Please note that all required fields in EPI are indicated with an asterisk. Also, select any question mark icon throughout the system to display field-specific help. For more information about data use agreements, use the Training Slide Decks link on the EPI homepage. This link will redirect you to the EPI information page on cms.gov. Select Update Amend from under DUAs in the left navigation menu. DUAs in an approved status will show in the update table. Please note that you will be unable to update any DUAs for your organization if there is at least one expired DUA. Expired DUAs and where to find them are covered in subsequent training modules. Also, please note that if you are an existing requester, any approved contractor type DUAs on which you are the requester will also display in the list. Pick the DUA you need to update by selecting the View link, or enter the DUA number in the search field to easily find it. From the My DUA screen, use the green plus sign icon on the right side of the screen to view the DUA lifecycle. You can also use the Print button in the upper left corner of the page to print and/or save the information displayed on the My DUA screen. Printing a DUA is covered in a subsequent training module. Use the Update button in the bottom left corner of the My DUA page to navigate to the Update DUA Request page to begin your updates. Use the View Approved Version button in the upper right corner of the page to download and/or print the approved version of the DUA. The approved version contains the current approved information on the DUA. Use the Edit button of the section you need to update. For the purposes of this training module, we are going to select the Documents section Edit button on the right side of the screen. Please note that not every section has to be updated. Updating other sections of the DUA is covered in subsequent training modules. For more information about document templates, use the Limited Dataset Forms link on the Upload Documents page. This link will redirect you to the EPI information page on cms.gov. The Upload Documents table displays several types of documents related to an LDS DUA. To summarize when a document would be required, Attachment A Research Protocol is required for all new LDS DUAs. Please use the appropriate Upload Documents button in the table to upload this document. The LDS worksheet is required when new files are added to the DUA through New Reuse or Update Amend. Please use the appropriate button in the table to upload this document. The Reuse Data worksheet is required when reuse files are added to a DUA through New Reuse or Update Amend. Please use the appropriate button in the table to upload this document. Signature addendum is required when adding custodians to an LDS DUA other than the requester through New Reuse and/or Update Amend processes. Please use the appropriate button in the table to upload this document. You can also use the Upload button in the lower left corner of the screen under the Additional Supporting Documents section to add any supporting documentation to the update. For example, any historical documents related to the project study. For the purposes of this training module, we are going to assume that new data files and a new custodian other than the requester were added to this DUA as part of this update. So we are required to add a new LDS worksheet and signature addendum. Select Done in the lower right corner of the screen when you are finished uploading document files. Review all your changes on the Update DUA Request screen. You are required to enter any comments relevant to your update in the comment field. For training purposes, we will say that we added new data files, a new LDS worksheet, a new custodian, and a signature addendum as part of the update. Use the Save button in the lower left corner of the screen at any time to save your updates. A message will display in the lower right corner of the screen that says Success, DUA saved successfully. Selecting the Cancel Update button in the lower left corner of the screen will display a warning pop-up which reads, You have requested to cancel your Update Amend action for this DUA. Please be advised that by canceling your Update Amend action, your DUA will revert back to the previously approved version. Would you like to proceed with the cancellation? Select the OK button in the lower right corner of the pop-up to proceed with the cancellation. Please note that by choosing this option, all of your updates will be canceled, including any that were previously saved, and the DUA will revert to the previously approved version. Also, a canceled Update Amend entry will be placed in the DUA lifecycle. Use the X in the upper right corner of the pop-up to close it and return to the Update DUA Request screen. Select the Next button in the lower right corner of the screen when you have completed your updates. Review the terms and conditions before selecting the checkbox in the lower left corner of the screen. Then select the Submit button in the lower right corner of the screen. You are taken to the DUA Request Status page. The Submission Confirmation message displays your DUA request, with the DUA number included, has been submitted for approval. You will receive a follow-up email notification. To view the status of your DUA request, navigate to My DUAs. From here, you can print the DUA or save a copy of it. Printing a DUA is covered in a subsequent training module. You should be able to view the DUA from the submitted queue as well. The DUA is then routed to the LDS DMT for approval. You will receive an email when the LDS DMT has made a determination. If you have any questions, please contact the EPI Help Desk at 844-EPI-DUA or 844-377-3382 or via email epi@cms.hhs.gov. They are available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This concludes this training module.